Soviet objective there. The Germans place their objective over there. The Soviets deploy. Here we are for our first World War III Team Yankee game. We are having a showdown between the Soviets and the West Germans out of the old Leopard book in celebration of the new World War III West German release coming up this week which would be May 16th, 2021, for those of you that might be watching this in the future. Let's get to the forces. Taken out of Leopard, we are running today a West German Marder Panzer Grenadier Company. So we have the HQ mounted in one Marder transport. We have a full-strength Marder Panzer Grenadier platoon with 3 G3 teams, 2 Milan teams, and 3 Marder transports. As our second black box, we have a platoon of 3 Leopard 2s. And as a third choice, we have a short-strength Marder Panzer Grenadier platoon with 2 G3 teams, a Milan, and 2 Marders. Also in formation, we have Jaguar 1s with the hot missiles. We have a platoon of 2 Gepards backed up by 2 Fliegerfausts, and a unit of Luke's Spa-Truppe. I'm probably horribly pronouncing this, I'm sorry. In support, we have an M113OP, M109s, the short-barreled G variant, Roland flak panzers in the back as I'm blocking everything with my hands, sorry guys. So those are the M109s, those are the Rolands. And technically they're not in the Leopard book, but I do have a West German card for them out of the new box. So we are bringing some MLRS in support. Out of World War III Soviets, we have a motor rifle company mounted in BMP-2s. We have the command team mounted in a BMP-2. We have 2 mid-strength BMP-2 motor rifles upgraded with an AGS-17 and an extra BMP-2. And also we have a unit of 4 T-72s. Also information, we have the 2 S1 Carnation artillery battery, the Shilkas, 2 of them, the BRDM-2 reconnaissance unit, and the SA-9 Gaskin, I think, the anti-tank variant. And then in support, 4 beautiful Mi-24 Hind attack helicopters. And that will be our forces for today. Looking forward greatly for the new West German book when it comes out and the expanded options it will bring, but let's see if this classic formation can hold the line. Okay, so here we have the table and deployment. We have the West Germans defending in a breakthrough attack against the Soviets. Highway running down the center, elevated up like the Autobahn. Lots of trees and rivers on that end. Towards the east-west German border. And a somewhat shelled refinery and NATO forward command. Alright, so we deploy the M277 MLRS on that flank. We have 1 Marder Panzer Grenadier, the larger one, platoon, the Gepards with their Fliegerfausts, and and the command Marder with the team inside of it there, ready to get up on the ridge line there, the highway. We have the Luke's Spa Troop using their Spearhead rule just to allow me to deploy the small strength Marder group in the top floor of the refinery with their Marders on this end. And then over there we have the M109s in the forest with the Rolands in behind them protecting. And I didn't know where else to put the M113. I wasn't expecting that. So he's up there on the extreme edge of my deployment zone. Probably not going to be there for long. For the Soviet deployment, we have the 2 S1 Carnations in the very back, currently being flown over by the Hind flight. And we have one of the BMP-2 motor rifle companies, along with the command BMP, the Shilkas, the BRDM-2s, and the ATGM BRDMs there. And then in reserve, we have the other BMP-2 company and the T-72 company that will be coming on hopefully on turn 3 from this flank here. All right, let's get to the first turn. Soviet attack.
All right, Soviet turn 1 movement step. I brought the hinds up over here to lay in some hopeful pain on one of the things that can very, 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 very much hurt me.
My Roland flak panzers over there behind the woods.
Yup. Yeah. And then I moved basically everything else up except for the carnation,
yep.
which are going to sit here and hopefully take some pod shots and make everyone hurt. But everything else has kind of moved up. I'm concerned for your box on the road.
Yeah, I didn't think this through with the M113. It's been a really long time since I've played Team Yankee, and I've only ever played the West Germans like once or twice. So,
and I've never played Team Yankee yet. So this is an experiment, and we'll see how it goes. So everything has shimmy shiffled up, except for those guys who just zoomed across the field. And we're gonna hopefully lay down some hurt. We'll be right back. Alright, so I've gone over what I want to shoot and kind of measured some stuff out. So the BMP2, HQ, as well as this one here, are going to shoot into him. The rest of them that have range and aren't shooting over each other are going to shoot into your box on wheels.
M113.
Yeah, as well as anyone here that might have shots if it survives the first round.
Well, the Gaskins won't be able to shoot. I don't believe they have a moving rate of fire, but the one shotgun may be able to.
Okay. And then the hinds are going to lay down some pain on these guys. And yeah, we'll do that and move back.
Yep.
Alright, so Soviet shooting was pretty successful for turn 1. The hinds over here destroyed one.
So they killed one, bailed out the other, but I did manage to shoot one of them down.
Yep. The BMP2.
Yep, bailed out one of my martyrs.
Bailed out one of the martyrs.
And everything else.
The rest of them destroyed that guy.
The M113.
M113? M113. The rest of them destroyed the M113, and yeah.
So and the artillery did not have a spotter, unfortunately. We forgot to set somebody up for that, so.
Yeah, so hopefully next turn.
So we'll be moving on into West German, turn 1, and see if we can halt the Soviets from breaking through the border. Alright, so I've got my command step, so I'm going to remount that build-out, or attempt to remount that build-out Roland on a 4+. So he does remount.
Okay.
Then I'm going to attempt to remount this Martyr. Forgot to look it up. It remounts on a 4+ as well. It does not remount. And then a last stand check on that lone Roland on a Courage 4+. So he sticks around. Okay. So we're going to move on to my movement step.
Oh wait, do you not have
my
reserves?
Immediate reserves.
Yes.
So my Leopards, not this turn.
Okay.
Okay, in my movement step, I revealed my ambush right there on the crest of the hill where they are in cover. Moved my Gepards up onto the highway, potentially hoping to get some shots on those hinds. If not, helping to deal with the BMPs. Conversely, move those BMPs forward to get some BMPs. I'm so used to playing Soviets. Move those martyrs forward to get some shots on the BMPs. Dismounted the commander into the edge of the tree line to get the reroll on him if he needs the next turn. And yeah. Those martyrs moved up. They're going to hope to support. And the Lukes are taking up positions to hide a little bit better. Just so they can be, I don't know, hopefully useful later on. On to shooting. Okay, so for my shooting phase, I am going to start with some artillery. The M277s are going to attempt to range in over here near the BMPs using this guy's spot. The M109Gs over here will probably either direct fire or try and spot up onto the road as well. The Rolands can't shoot because they anti-aircraft in the enemy's last turn. The Lukes do not have anti-helicopters, so they won't do anything. The Martyrs might be able to anti-helicopter, so we'll check that and see. The Jaguars are probably going to throw some hot missiles into the Martyrs. The Gepards will, depending on range, shoot the Hinds. If not, they'll also shoot Martyrs. Martyrs, BMPs, sorry. We'll get this eventually. The Martyrs will also shoot the BMPs, and if there's anything left over, some of my Milan teams will open up on what they can see as well.
Okay.
So we'll roll and be right back. Okay, so shooting phase done. What did we do? First off, we did get the M277 rocket battery ranged in there. Didn't kill anything, but bailed out a few things, as you can see. Then the Jaguars were just within, or just outside, I should say, of their minimum range to shoot at the BMPs and destroyed 2, bailing out another one, forcing out one of the PKM LMG teams and killing another, which my Gepards shot at him to kill him and all failed to hit.
He was very valiant.
Apparently.
Climbed out of a burning tank and then took a bunch of fire and then finally,
finished off by those 2 Martyrs there. No, correction. Finished off by those Martyrs did shoot and didn't kill him, and then they direct fired into him, which killed him. And then I attempted my Martyrs there, anti-helicopter fire, but they were unable to kill anything. So that will be the end of West German turn 1 shooting. On to Soviet assault turn 2. Okay, Soviet command step. We're going to do some remounts, starting with the formation command BMP.
Okay.
On 3+. And we'll keep it. So he remounts. And then the other 2 bailed out BMPs.
So with him. Yep. And the last guy.
Yes. All right. And then on to movement.
Soviet turn 2, movement step. Everything kind of moved up a little bit. I just forgot their name even though I just said them. The BDM2? BMP.
BMP2. Motor rifles.
Okay. The BMP2 motor rifles moved up or rather disembarked and then moved up into the trees. Some of them are still going to be under the salvo, unfortunately. Not much I can really do without rushing them too close to the enemy. Rushing them too close to the enemy. Yeah, so they've taken some cover in the trees. Some of them are still going to get smacked. What can you do? I keep wanting to call them Garans. The Gaskins.
CSA-9, ATG, and Gaskins.
Are staying hull down on the road there to hopefully take some shots. And the...
Which one? The Shulka or the BRDM2? See, I do it sometimes too. I mix up the names. I know what they are, but I mix up the acronyms.
Both have moved across the road, hopefully not blocking too many shots or anything else. And the Hinds have stayed right where they are to hopefully take out some more of Jacob's AA over in the corner there. So I'm going to contemplate what I'm shooting at and we'll be right back. All right, so there's a lot of shooting and a lot of split firing, so we're going to try and figure this one out. So he's going to take some side shots on him. These 3 are going to shoot into them. This group of the motor rifle are going to split some shots, I believe, into these 2.
And you said some were going into the Jaguars as well?
Oh, some are going into the Jaguars, yep. This group of the infantry are going to shoot into the infantry in the trees.
Gaskin.
Guys. Gaskins are going to shoot into them.
Mm-hmm.
Anything that's left, these guys will shoot into them.
And the M9s and the Hinds will engage the roll-ons again.
Yeah.
All right.
And I still can't do anything with my artillery because he moved, but my next turn, hopefully we'll be able to call in some artillery if I'm not danger close to everything. Yeah.
All right.
We'll roll some stuff and we'll be back.
So those are spandrels, not Gaskins. That's totally my bad. I know what I'm talking about when it comes to AFVs, but sometimes I forget. So, the spandrels are the ATGM version. The Gaskin is the SAM version. Anyways, take us through your shooting phase, huh?
The not Gaskins, the Spandrels, shot and bailed out one of these guys. These guys here attempted to also, but nothing happened. Our split shooting, as we described earlier, bailed out these three, that guy. But that's it. Nothing else got hurt. There was a lot of shots exchanged, but no death.
All right, and so the last thing we have to do is the Hinds. So we'll do that and be right back with the results. Okay, so the helicopters took both Fliegerfausts and the Roland and tanked all the shots, and I filled up my firepowers on the few that actually went through. So then Bree is going to use their ATGMs, one shot each.
AT...
Well, they're AT-23, dear, so it doesn't matter. If they hit, they will firepower automatically. Because they'll depend. I don't have armor that will block it. Yeah, one shot each, hitting on 4s. So two hits. So, and what's their firepower?
That's what I was trying to find.
I thought you were looking up their AT, sorry.
No. I don't know I'm looking at the right page.
Yeah, you're looking at it. The Mi-24 Hind Assault Helicopter Company.
Okay. Anti-tank. 23, if I'm looking at the right thing. 86?
Yep.
Yeah, 23.
Firepower is what we were looking at, remember?
Firepower. Sorry, 3+.
Yeah, so roll those two dice and see if you get 3+ and blow them up. You do?
Yep.
So he's dead. So that's the Roland. So those helicopters now, I mean, they still have the Gepards to contend with and the Fliegerfausts, but my AAA net is a bit weakened.
Yeah.
So moving on to potential assaults. All right, Bree is taking the risky decision to assault my Jaguars. Risky only because I do have the Gepards and maybe 2 of the Martyrs, maybe only 1 of the Martyrs, that can defensive fire. So we'll do the defensive fire and see if they get through. If they do get through, this will be epic. All right, defensive fire did not push them back, but did manage to kill 2 of them. However, because I am already bailed out, I cannot fight. It doesn't matter. Bree technically would do the swings to see if she hits first, and then we do the arrow checks. It doesn't matter because I won't be swinging back, so we'll just skip that step. They'll be destroyed, and she will be able to consolidate up to 4 inches. All right. And after consolidating, she's just kind of shimmied up into the center of the road to make the most cover up as possible that she can get, and still hold the objective. On to West German turn 2. Alright, so for my command step, remounting this guy on a 3+, and he's within range of my commander for a reroll. So he remounts without needing the reroll. This one over here, 3 to remount. He remounts, and then unit last stand check on him, 4+ for the command or for the transports. They stick around. And then my reserve rolls.
Oh, you missed one.
Oh, is he bailed out?
He's bailed out.
My bad, I completely forgot about that. I did not look up the M109s. It is also a 3+. He stays bailed out. That's less than ideal. Okay.
Right, reserve roll. They're both cocked. You can roll them.
Try that again. There we go. I get my Leopards. So I'm going to move on to my movement step. All right, West German movement. So as you can see there, I've spread my Martyrs on the roadway and the hill to get maximum firepower. The Flak Panzer Gepards moved up, hoping to take out those marauding Hinds. The Lukes and their remaining Martyr over there moved forward to get a better line of sight. And my Leopards came on from that corner and will engage everything on this flank as best they can. Moving on to shooting. Alright, so for my shooting phase, I'm going to start by repeat bombardment with my M277s to hopefully get as much of the infantry as I can. Infantry will engage infantry. Martyrs will engage targets that they decide to engage. I'm not sure if I want to shoot them or the BMPs yet. The Gepards are definitely shooting the Hinds.
Yep.
Luke's here, and the last Martyr will engage those BMPs. I will debate whether or not I'm going to spot a bombardment for my M109s yet or not. They might just direct fire into the shield because And the Leopards will try and mop up whatever's left.
All right. We'll roll that out and be right back with the result. Oh.
If he's got range, this Milan will engage the BMPs as well.
Okay.
Then now we'll move on to rolling it out.
Cool. Be right back.
Okay, so in my shooting phase, I did get some revenge for my Jaguars. As you can see, there's a lot less infantry there.
Yep.
I did repeat bombardment, hitting a bunch of the guys in the tree stands, forcing the formation commander to swap to another team. I then opened up with the rest of my teams. I used the MGs on the martyrs, on the infantry, killing a few on the road. These guys over here shot at the BMPs, only bailing one out. The Gepards, however, did kill a hind, so that's slowly whittling away. I killed the AGS there that was in the tree stands with what was left of the infantry. The Milans in that team fired into the BMPs but didn't do anything. Then the Martyr there did kill that one BMP. And then up there, my two M109s attempted to shoot Shilkas and missed, while the Leopard 2s opened up on the Spandrels, killing two of them. And that will be my turn. Moving on to Soviet, turn 3, and the potentials for them to get reserves.
Yay!
All right, Soviet command. We've got some remounts and some last stand checks and some unpins. So let's start with the remounts.
All right, I guess I'll start right here. Might as well.
Gets in. Next BMP.
Him. Gets in.
Okay. And then I believe it's 3+ to unpin your mortar rifles.
I believe
because I think they're also
Double
fearless.
check. Yep, 3+. No.
They do get a reroll because they are next to the formation commander.
Yes. Still no.
That's good. That's good. Okay. And then a last stand check on the Spandrels, which we'll have to check the stats for because I don't know what they are off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Really?
Spandrel anti-tank 31.
You could have just gone a page back.
Yeah. 4+.
Alright, so a last stand check on the Spandrels on a 4+.
No, he runs away.
The Spandrel runs away, which is good for me.
A wreck, right?
Yeah, they scuttled the boat, quote unquote.
Run away!
Alright, so that's the morale for that. Now we do the reserve roll.
Yep.
Because it is turn 3.
Yay!
Okay, so Bree's going to have a good choice here as to whether or not she wants a BMP company or a tank company. And then we'll go on to movement. Soviet movement, turn 3.
Yep. All right, so my reserves moved on through the corner there, hopefully to apply some pressure to that corner.
That's a lot of pressure. I've got very little guys to stop this with.
These BMPs succeeded in their blitz, so they got to shuffle around to hopefully provide some ATGMs into over here.
Mm-hmm. The Shilkas and the BRDMs are just kind of moving out of the way of everything because they can't really do much against that. They don't have the movement right now to get around.
They're going to hopefully come up over that way over the next turn or two.
Oh, the infantry attempted to dig in and were successful. We just forgot to put a marker there.
Yes.
And then the Hinds
moved over here to be out of the bubble for these guys and still hopefully, as long as I'm not danger close, drop a rocket on things and make things hurt.
Rocket pods.
Yeah.
All right. All right, honey, tell us what you're going to shoot.
These two BMPs are going to shoot into them.
Okay.
These guys are going to attempt to also shoot into them.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to shoot into them.
Mm-hmm.
The ones here are going to hopefully
ATGMs,
provide some pain into them.
If they can, we have to look at the stats to make sure that's a thing that can
see.
happen, but
We'll see.
That's the intent.
Hinds are going to drop a rocket pod onto them as long as, again, I'm not danger close. I'm going to try and range in finally for these guys. And then all 10 of them are going to shoot into that warehouse and hopefully help clear that point.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. We'll do the shooting and be right back. All right, honey, take us through your shooting phase.
All right, so the Shoka took out one of the M109s. The BMP.
Oh,
guys. The BMP These guys shot, taking out one and bailing out the other.
The other 6, or sorry, the other 5 shot the Leopards. Unfortunately, weren't able to do anything.
Mm-hmm. Let me think. What else shot? The Heinz managed to range in and drop something, but nothing happened.
Well, they pinned down my Murder Panzer Grenadier platoon there.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. The rest of the infantry there opened up the AKs on my dudes in the trees there, the martyrs, Panzer Grenadiers. Didn't kill anybody, unfortunately. But the RPG-7 and 2 of the RPG-18s killed 2 of the other martyrs, so that wiped that martyr transport group.
Yep. And the
oh yes,
Carnations?
the Carnation attempted to range in and unfortunately could not, because World War III Soviets are worse at ranging in than World War II.
And
that joyousness. So 10 BMPs at Moving Rate of Fire 2. They shot into the factory, but didn't kill anybody. Nope. Almost did, but didn't quite. But definitely pinned me down.
Yeah.
And that will be the end of Soviet turn 3. On to German turn 3. And we are feeling just a little bit pressed because, these West Germans are not the largest formations, but is definitely very skilled. Yep. So we'll see if we can use that expert elan to our advantage.
There's a lot of death on both sides at this point, that's for sure.
Alright, so West German command step. I'm going to start by bailing back in my command martyr. Getting a reroll because my commander's right next to it. Doesn't bail in. He stays bailed out. I will attempt to bail in that M109 over in the forest there.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't bail in. So then I will unpin this squad. That's technically cocked. They unpin.
Okay.
I will attempt to unpin the unit in the factory. They unpin.
Okay.
And then I have a last stand check on my M109s because they only have one dude in good standing, but they stick around.
Cool.
All right, on to my movement step. All right, for my movement, I'm risking a little bit here because I'm moving away from the objective, but we double-checked the attacker cannot win until turn 6, so I've got a few turns to get back within 4 inches of that objective. So what have I done? The Gepard's crossed up onto the wooded hilltop there, and we're going to attempt to shoot the BMPs. That martyr came through the gap there. We'll do the same. The Luke's reversed into position to also open up, and the infantry will move to the other side of the building. Over there, the Leopards pushed forward, coming around, and will open up on what's left of the BMPs there, hopefully clearing them. And otherwise, everything else is staying where that is. Moving to shooting. All right, so for my shooting, I'm going to repeat the bombardment from the MLRS. It's only going to hit like 2 teams, unfortunately, but I can't really move it anywhere else at the moment just because of my Leopards are going to be moving into where I want to shoot, and I won't be able to sight in. Everything else is just going to shoot at the obvious targets. The infantry is going to open up on the other infantry. The Leopards are going to shoot the BMPs. The one unbailed out M109 is going to continue shooting into the Shilkas.
Mm-hmm.
The Gephards are going to shoot the BMPs here. The Martyrs are going to shoot Lukes and the infantry as well.
Okay.
So we'll roll and see what happens. Okay, so bailed out and or destroyed every BMP over here.
Murder.
Killing killing one of the PKMs and an AGS-17. Everyone else passed their infantry saves to get out. Over here, I killed a single AK team. Mm-hmm. It is what it is. I figured the bombardment wouldn't really hit much. It only hit 2 teams. So, oh well. And then the Leopards destroyed what was left of that BMP company. So, a lot less Soviets on the board now. Feeling a little bit better. And we are moving on to Soviet turn 4. Soviet command step, turn 4. We're going to do some unpins. So let's roll to see if they unpin.
Yes.
No, they finally unpin. All right. And then this squad over here has to roll to unpin because they got pinned down when bailing out of their transports.
Nope.
Okay. Now, I said that I destroyed all 6 of those BMPs. I forgot that I actually bailed out some of them, so 3 of them are getting or bailing back in checks.
So this one?
Yep.
Nope.
Nope. Next one.
Nope.
And the last one.
Yes.
Yes. All right. And then you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bailed out BMPs over here.
Okay.
So I'll just do them one at a time.
No. Yes.
Okay. Yep.
Yes. How many was it?
5 in total. 1 more.
Yes. And no.
All right. So, and then the last thing to do is a last stand check on that BMP.
I think his last stand is a 4.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. Yes.
All right. So that
He
BMP
hangs
company
up.
does stick around, and then your 2 rolls for reserves.
Yep.
All right. Moving on to the movement step. All right, my love, your movement step.
All right, so my hinds came over here to hopefully engage the leopards.
Mm-hmm.
My tanks came on and are going to try and gank your
AA, my Gepards.
Your Gepards. The 2 BMPs over there that managed to bail back in moved over just a little bit to also supply some shots into those guys. The infantry disembarked and are hiding behind the wrecks of the damaged tanks and everything else. Oh, and these guys moved up right here and they're hiding behind some wreckage to hopefully take out the last tank there. And everything else just is hanging out.
All right. So we'll move on to the shooting step. All right. Tell us what you're going to shoot.
All right. So I'm going to try once again to range these guys in on top of your infantry in the trees there.
Mm-hmm.
My T-74?
T-72s.
T-72. My T-72s are going to shoot the Gepards. So are the BMPs over there going to shoot the Gepards. The Hinds are going to shoot at the Leopards, along with the last remaining BMP that's over here. Some of my infantry guys are going to try and shoot at maybe the other infantry guys. And the infantry that are over in the far corner, if they have range, are going to try and shoot at anything over there as well. I gotta check their range.
All right. So I'm going to suggest the BMP-2s are probably going to shoot the Gepards first, because if the Gepards die, then the Leopards can change their target over to the infantry if needed. But we'll roll it out and see how this works.
You mean the T-70 somethings?
Yeah, sorry guys. Just pay attention to what's exactly in the middle of the screen. That's usually what I'm indicating.
Yeah.
I'm getting a bit tired.
It's been a day.
Yep. All right, take us through your very successful shooting phase.
I slugged it.
Oh.
Okay, so I destroyed the 2 Gepards.
Yep, so the Martyrs, or Martyrs, I keep calling them Martyrs. Sorry, the BMPs were actually able to kill the 2 of my Gepards.
Mm-hmm.
Then your T-72s, one of which shot and missed the Martyr.
Mm-hmm.
And 2 shot into the building but weren't quite capable of killing them.
Mm-hmm.
Supported with the infantry, whose machine guns opened up on the building, but the RPG took out one of the scouts.
Yes.
What'd you do next? I actually can't remember.
One of the BMPs shot and killed the Leopard.
Yeah, of all things. I mean, I guess it happens. And then I think it was your Hinds that shot and killed the next one. So that'll be a morale check.
Yep.
Your Gazavodkas still failed to range in.
They're probably just going to move up and start doing direct fire next turn. They've done jack shit the entire game.
Oh, and your infantry AK teams pinned me down with weight of fire, but weren't able to kill anything. So,
yeah.
All right. Moving on to my command step.
Yep.
Turn 4.
All
right, command step. Rally that Panzer Grenadier Company. Platoon, rather. Reroll because the company commander. They stay pinned.
Okay.
Okay. That one technically did take enough shots to get pinned, so unpin. Yep. And then we're going to remount on a 4+. Yes. And I'm going to remount that M109 over there. Nope. So then we're going to move on to our last stand checks on the Leopard on a Courage 4+. My Leopard runs away. and the M109s on a 4+. Stick around.
Okay.
Alright, so we'll mark the Leopard as dead and move on to my move step. Almost forgot, the Lux has to do a last stand check. He also runs away, and I think the Fliegerfausts have to because the Gepard's dead and they were an attached unit. And they also run away. Assuming I got that right, but that's how we're going to play it. So they run, and Lux dies, and yeah, I've got no AA left.
Whoopsies.
Moving on. Okay, so they passed a blitz check to be able to move straight up to there without moving directly towards an enemy unit.
Mm-hmm.
He technically had to also move because he didn't quite have 4 inches would be about there for him. I'm assuming that's not going to be enough to be up on the hill, so he'll move up there. The other one was able to do it with his blitz, so we'll attempt a Milan, a T-72.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking about moving forward, and then remembered they're still pinned technically, so they can't move forward, so they'll just stand and shoot. Everything else, I mean, the Martyr moved into the trees, but I don't really have a lot else to move around, so we're just going to see if we can maybe kill enough stuff. Yay.
Okay. Let's play it.
Alright, as previously mentioned, that Milan is going to attempt to shoot the T-72s.
Mm-hmm.
That Milan and that Milan will shoot the T-72s, and they'll shoot their Panzerfausts or their MGs. I'm not sure yet.
Mm-hmm.
Martyr will shoot into them. MGs will shoot into them. And I'm going to attempt to drop a bombardment somewhere around here.
Okay.
Alright, in my shooting phase, my MLRS ranged in on top of what was left of the BMPs, killing 2 of them, and pinning down the infantry again, along with the combined fire of the Panzer Grenadiers. Oh, and bailing out a Shilka. Thank you, honey.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Not as much as I'd hoped, but better than nothing. The one Milan there missed, and that Milan was able to kill a T-72. And then the Martyr that's hiding in the trees there by the dead Gepards, and the 2 MG teams killed a single AK team. Yeah, moving on to Soviet turn 5. Alright, take us through your command step, love.
Alright, so I have to bail in a whole bunch. I have to bail in these guys here.
Okay.
I have
And
to bail in those
there.
guys. I have to unpin my infantry there and here. If any of those bail-ins fail, I have to do some last stands.
Well, if only one of these bail-ins passes.
Right.
Because you need 2 tank teams, or vehicle teams in this case, to be in good standing, and 3 infantry teams. So.
Right. Okay.
But if that one fails, because it's only the one Shilka in the squad, otherwise it'll be it. And then that BMP, if... Oh, sorry, that's not even a bailed out BMP.
No.
But that one is not bailed out, and he does need to make a last stand check this turn. All right, let's get to rolling before we confuse our viewers.
There's so much death everywhere. It's hard to figure out what we have to play.
I'm not used to so much carnage in one spot.
There's so much death.
World War II's not quite like this, apparently.
No. All right.
So bail-ins first.
Bail this guy in first.
Shilka. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, and then we'll do the 3 BMPs over here.
Okay, starting with the one with the green marker there.
Okay.
No.
One does not do it.
Other one.
Yes.
Yes.
And then the red one.
Yes.
All right, so no last stand check on them. So then we got the unpin checks on that infantry unit right over there.
Okay, so on this one, no.
Getting a reroll for the commander.
Right. Yes.
Okay, unfortunately they do unpin.
Okay.
And then the other one
And the
on
other
the
one.
flank
Yes.
does unpin as well. All right. And I think that will be onto the moon step. All right, Soviet turn 5. This may be the last turn. We'll see how this goes. Take us through your movement.
So these guys moved up to take some shots. This one passed its cross check. This one failed.
Mm-hmm. So hopefully getting some line of fire down that river.
Yeah.
Okay.
They moved up to provide some support for the infantry here.
Mm-hmm.
The infantry staying in their foxholes because screw that. They stayed stationary to continue to take shots at your
M109s.
M109s.
Yep.
Heinz,
doing the same
now they've
thing,
succeeded
essentially.
in murdering these, have moved over here. My BMPs and my infantry there have shuffled over a little bit to continue to take shots at the warehouse And considering you can't take shots at me from there because there's no windows.
Yeah, there's no windows on the top floor on this side, so I can't shoot that way. I'd still be able to shoot these teams here if I live. But as you can see, they've moved to get some better cover.
Yes.
And the T-72's also moved up to be able to shoot.
Yes.
All right, let's essentially walk through the shooting step now, because might as well.
Yep. So the T-72s are going to shoot into the building.
Yep.
The infantry and the BMPs over there are going to shoot into the building. The infantry over here are going to shoot the infantry over here. The BRDMs are going to also provide some shots. I don't know if they can hurt him. I'll look, and if not, then they'll shoot into the infantry.
Shilkas on the M109s, as you said,
Yeah.
as well as the
As well as the
Hinds,
Hinds.
and then lastly the Carnations on
Yep.
that infantry. So we'll roll it out and see where it goes. Oh, that was good.
Big splat.
All right, what did you do, huh?
I eradicated most of what was left in the forest.
Yeah, killed all 3 of the MG3 teams, so it's just
Yep.
2 Milans left.
I bailed out the other tank over here.
Yeah, so now they're both built out.
Yep. I splatted 2 of the stands over there and pinned him down. What else?
I think that was it,
that was
actually.
it, yeah.
Just pretty much whittled me down to my very last men. So we're going to move on to my turn 5 command step, which I am pretty sure I'm going to fail. Okay, so my command step. I have to remount those 2 M109s first. 3 plus. 1. Yes. Second. Yes. Okay, that's good.
Finally.
So they're remounted.
Okay.
Now unpin on them on a 3 plus. No, but I reroll because they're within 6 inches of the command. They stay pinned. And unpin them. They stay pinned. And then the last stand check on them on a 4 plus. Okay, they pass. And on them, they pass as well. So I am going to unfortunately stick around for this turn. I was really hoping I'd actually fail so we could call it a game, but I'm going to play this out to the bloody end.
Okay.
All right, I'm not going to move anything. I'm just going to move straight on my shooting step. I'll see if we can do anything, but really doubt it. I think this is a foregone conclusion, but let's see. So, shooting. The MG3 command team will engage there, along with his martyr. The Milans will try to shoot over here. I don't think I can shoot your T-72s because you smartly move them. So we'll engage the BMPs. That MG will shoot what infantry he can see along with the martyr. And the M109s will attempt to finally kill the Shilkas. All right, and with that, unfortunately, couldn't really kill much. I killed a single AK team and I killed a single Shilka. I just do not have the manpower left. Unfortunately, the Milans cannot engage the T-72s, so we're forced to shoot at the BMPs. Yeah, I'm going to say that was a very, very good game. I love you. Won soundly, though.
Thank you, my darling.
We will be back with a debriefing. All right, well, that was fantastic fun.
It's a big old slugfest that was.
Yeah, I forgot just how deadly Team Yankee was. Everything dies so quickly.
Oh my god.
Except when it doesn't. And then, but...
The highway was just the highway of death.
Yup.
Everything was dead.
Yup. So, thanks so much for watching. That kicks off our start of our Team Yankee content as well. World War III Team Yankee, as you can see by that rulebook. This is one of the older ones, obviously. Leopard, the old West German book that we were specifically wanting to get a game up before the new one came out as a kind of a hurrah for this fantastic book. I might put some pictures in the end here just to show off some of the classic models before we sign off during our check us out on other stuff. But yeah, so Team Yankee, very similar to Flames of War with regards to the rules.
Yeah.
Very different from Flames of War with regards to how deadly everything is.
I was going to say firepower.
And the helicopters.
And helicopters.
Those
Damn, they were definitely worth the points.
Yes. I was really hoping to shoot them down halfway through the game.
You took down 2 of them.
I needed to take down 4 of them. Gepards, I should have
50%
probably...
to pass.
Not when they did what they did to my Leopards. So, in that regards, I think I probably should have moved the Gepards forward sooner.
Yeah.
That way they could have got some more shots and anti-air on them. And probably should have prioritized shooting at them with my martyrs that were left as well to hopefully take them out. Because yeah, those Hinds really did work. They pretty much single-handedly wiped out the Leopards.
Yeah.
Along with one BMP.
Yeah, one BMP was the MVP of the.
So, the Rolands, they're all right. They're flak weapons, right? So they're missiles. They're good range, but the firepower could be better. The Gepards are always good. They're great in multi-role as anti-light armored vehicles.
Not Gepard. No, wait, you're right. Never mind. I thought we were talking about my thing.
No, Gepards. Gepard Flak Panzer. So they're good at taking on aircraft, as well as really good at taking on light armored vehicles, as they kind of pretty much build up most of your BMPs.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, the just the numbers. I think we played an 80-point game, and I really felt like almost 3-1 outnumbered. The West Germans, in this book at least, just not enough bodies on the table. The new book hopefully will fix it. I know the Marder Panzer Grenadiers, they're only getting an additional option for a single Carl Gustav team. Might make a difference, might not make a difference. But the reserve Grenadiers, the mountain troops, the Großjäger, and the Fallschirmjäger, which we will have on the channel at some point, will be very much fun because they will have lots of bodies for relatively cheap and Huey helicopters to fly them in. Fortunate Son style.
So look forward to when that book comes. It might be a bit later, but we get to cover it, unfortunately.
Well, we'll see. It releases within a week of us putting this video up. So depending on how things go, we might be able to get 1 or 2 games up with it. We'll see if we can maybe throw together a quick mini campaign with said stuff. Otherwise, we will have some Americans on the table soon for Team Yankee, and probably some Canadians if we can get painted before I leave for training. Otherwise, we won't probably see them till September.
Yeah.
So, but I think, all in all, that was a fun game. I honestly think your Hinds were the MVP.
Definitely.
Definitely the MVP.
The Carnations.
That was, that was a combination of I should have given you an observation unit. I completely forgot to do that. And poor planning of placement on our part for that. So, for your unit deployment. But lessons learned.
Yep.
So, anyways, I think that's it. So I'm going to end this a little differently. I'm going to throw some pictures up at the end here over our instead of our regular kind of outro, just to show off some of the classic range of models from this book as kind of a send-off because the new one comes out soon. And otherwise, we're pulling for you. Just keep your stakes on the ice.
Take care, guys. Make sure to check us out, too.
Oh.